boys. Welcome back with another one.
Have you seen? Well, I don't know. I'm sure you saw it. Snoop Dogg on death row. Yeah, he's the CEO. Now
Snoop Dogg stepping up.
I was watching the little movie that he did. The first song really. This is a couple of good songs that I heard. Is it a
movie or a documentary?
It's like a movie video. It's just videos, music videos. You know, I guess like the first music video he's done under death row. I'm guessing, because I didn't finish it all. It's like 40 minutes, and I'm like, he sounds old school, but with new rap, and it's not as hard, you know.
It's a little watered down for Snoop Dogg.
So, but I mean, the one that what's it called? Death Row? Back on Death Row? Something like that. It was pretty cool because he's just throwing out props to everybody. You know, Tupac, Suge, Nas, I believe. To everyone. You know?
Giving everybody their due diligence. And
you know, and saying, you know, this is how we started, you know, now we're here. Who would have known?
What's the one big impact from, I guess, the death row saga or era that you say was the benefit?
For him, just money. For me, I don't know, because I didn't grow up like that.
You didn't grow up listening to gangster rap?
No. You know,
that's actually pretty good.
I grew up listening to... I kicked it with the rockers, so I grew up listening to rock. I listened to Nirvana, Pink Floyd, and
I just want you to know, off and on, it's just another brick in the wall.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
How do you see it?
I mean, I see the impact for what it is as far as exposing like the negative side of the music industry, but then also it teaches you to kind of like get together with your boys and create your empire instead of going underneath someone else's empire and working for them. Have the empire work for you. I just feel like, I don't know, like if physical violence is a way to get people to sign contracts and shit, and you know,
that's how it was done before.
But the whole stigma behind it or whatever, I think it was just more so just elevating, I guess, gangster rap. Which goes into one of my questions that I wanted to ask you. What are some, because there's a lot of stereotypes that come into that, you know. What are some, like, stereotypes that you feel like your race gets, like, prime example, and this will make more sense. Black people, chicken. Black people, watermelon. Black people, you know what I'm saying? Like, grape soda. Like,
beans, alcohol, sombreros.
Because I was just trying to think, like, racial, like, what are some
which is funny because I fit all
that
those
don't fit the race,
except for the alcohol. For me, the alcohol, and it's funny because I just remember there's this comedian. I think his name is Felipe Esparza. He, you know, I think I showed it to him. You know, I don't know who started that stereotype of Mexicans being hard work, but I am lazy. Man, but you know, it's fun. Yeah, I don't know.
They say the same thing about black people though. Like the stereotypical black man in his early or mid, like early 20s and stuff like that is just trying to hustle his dollar instead of earn his dollar. Like,
it's the same thing. They're both earning. Just because one type of earning doesn't fit your
cup of tea.
Yeah, doesn't mean they earn. See, the thing with the black men is because they're tired of working. They're tired of being under somebody, especially for chump change, and still getting ripped off. Even worse, you know. It's past that, way past that. You know, like what's that?
Fuck. It's funny that you say that because I've seen some shit like that today too.
What's his name? The Godfather of Comedy.
The Godfather of Comedy?
Did he pass?
Oh
He
yes,
just
he
passed.
did pass. I know who you're talking about, but I can't get his name out. But he does a lot of skit. He did a lot of skits on the Chappelle Show and stuff like
Yes.
that. Yeah. Paul
Black
Mooney.
Nostradamus.
Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney, yeah.
There we go.
Yes, you know, you guys were forced to work for free. Mexicans come here to work for a quarter, you know. So that summed it up for me for sure. It makes a lot. It makes perfect sense. You know, it's clear. It's facts. You know, because Mexicans, and not only Mexicans, you know, Salvadorans or whatever, but yeah, all Mexicans to me, because I'm white.
Lion. But
no, but so yeah, you know they're pretty much farmers, and which is then they come and struggle over here for chump change for that quarter, thinking that's gonna be better, and it's better when they take it over there. But while they're here, it's chump change.
Do you think it puts people in danger when they come over here and make money to take it back over there?
Yeah. Because the cartel, as soon as figure like this, you drive over there, you know, because you don't want to get stopped at the airport because you don't got papers and all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you drive, take your valuables, and the cartels that have their own
military
blockades.
Police and shit.
No,
like
they have their own blockades at the road, so they stop you. It's not even police; they just stop themselves. And then I mean, you tell them you're from LA, going to visit family. They know you got stuff. Man,
whether you know
either you pay up or
invaluable.
you pay up. Either way.
Have you ever been stopped by the cartel?
Nope. Pops did though. Last time he drove to Mexico.
That was the end of that story.
He got lucky, you know, that they left him with the truck. You know, they just took the cash, searched them.
I've actually been pulled over in Mexico, and we had to give a little bribing money just to go.
See, that's what I like about Mexico, though.
You like it?
Yes, because see, the cop, whatever it is, he's an honest cop. Here, motherfucker, over there, any person could bribe him. You know, like, you know, I'm just going over here in my bag type of deal. Nice. And like, you know, let me buy you lunch. We both look the other way. You make money for your family. I get to go home and make my family some more money, right?
Yeah.
Bam. Here, you just make money for the government. You get screwed. You could lose your job off that ticket. You know, you could lose your entire home off one ticket. Because people are living like that. You know. Now, if the guy, man, what's up? Let me just give you $50, man.
It sounds like international taxing is the way to go.
Look the other way, man. You make $50. I get to survive another day. But again, corruption. You can't corrupt the cops. You can't corrupt the government, you know, because what's lobbying if it ain't that?
That's completely true. Every show that I watch basically shows, you know, police corruption and, you know, discrimination and everything. And I just, like, wonder, like, what's the levels? Like, if America is the way it is, what is it like in other places internationally? You know?
See, it's crazy because I can't remember where. I think other people hate it because it's so out in the front. But, I mean, right here it's in the back. You know, you don't see it, how fucked up it is. And the fucked up is that the U.S. has a lot to do, how I see it, and my shit that I've listened to. Government has to do a lot of shit with the other countries' social, what's that word? Unrest. Because, I mean, there's plans and, you know, there's plans to buy land, there's plans to build shit, and people live there, you can't do that.
Right.
You gotta figure out a way where you don't seem like it's your fault.
I'll translate what you're saying from what you're saying over there to over here. Inglewood. Prime example. They built the stadiums. They're building all these other infrastructures and stuff like that. And what they're doing is also upping, rent and stuff like that, which is forcing people
to move
out. So it's another way of, population control. Exactly. I was just having this conversation with someone, and it's pretty much as clear as day. Like, everybody thinks like, oh, Palmdale. Before Palmdale was what the IE, San Bernardino, and all that stuff. As far as we're gonna move you out of these projects and make it seem like where we're moving to is better because it's lower income, it's housing, stuff like that, and it's more of an inconvenience because a lot of these people that live in these project homes and stuff like that also work in the cities where they live. So having people travel even further defeats the purpose of having cheaper rent and paying cheaper,
Not only that, everything. Now we can say you guys make enough because look at your community. It's getting better. It's not our fault that you guys decide to move away.
Right.
Because rent is getting high just because everything's getting better.
Yeah. It's like they try to make it sound like it's a convenience when they're really inconveniencing people.
But here's the population that clicked something on my head that I saw. Oh, there's this video Jordan Peterson has about population decline. You know how they're saying that the world's overpopulated and everything. He says because
you don't think there was more kids made during COVID?
It doesn't matter because when those kids grow up, the selection, just figure it is how it is right now. Mm-hmm. Especially because there's a lot of guys that can't find somebody to reproduce with. Because mainly the girls are looking for people with money and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are broke. So okay. Not enough. There's not the same amount of kids being born. And then you have the stigma of why have kids, why bring somebody new in this messed up world and all that. So a lot of people are deciding not to have kids. Less people now. Then in China you have that one thing that you only have one kid if it's a guy, something like that, whatever it is, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So all those kids when they're grown up, who are they gonna mate with?
Who they're gonna reproduce with if it's already controlled from day one.
And 30 years later, when those fewer kids are born.
Yeah.
And
it's just gonna keep on being fewer and fewer.
So Jordan Pearce says that at a point, there's gonna be only elders and only teens. And and it's gonna decline fast. He says fast. And then it's gonna suck because the in between the 20s to the 30s, the ones that are out there inventing shit and trying to impress the chicks, because that's what this shit is for. But I mean, there's not gonna be enough of
well, yeah. So if the numbers keep on decreasing the way you're saying,
all this population,
based on the math and stuff, yeah, the ratio of how many, one man to 6, 7 women is gonna decrease in half, and that half, or they're only
that guy is only gonna have 2, 3
out of the
4 kids,
if that, and let's just say, for instance, he's the guy who actually gets chosen, because again,
exactly, and again, so if he has multiple kids by different females, that is gonna be an abomination. But hey,
to each his own.
The Bible.
To each his own. I don't know.
But I saw that video and it was crazy. I started tripping like, damn, oh shit. And then what's up with all this fucking population control and all this shit? So yeah, that was a trip that was a trippy video that I saw.
It's getting more and more. It's getting more and more crazier because it's like, I would think that, well, just based on some of the people that I come across and know, there was a lot of people that I saw within the last 2.5 years, coming out the woodworks with a baby, coming out the woodwork with kids, and it was just like
Yeah, but
just
now they're
more and more
teaching their
people.
kids that it's okay to be fluent.
Yes, which is
So now
changing.
Scratch that number off of the people that are gonna have kids.
So yeah, if we're saying 10 people, you have, let's say for instance, 4 of the people, go elsewhere. That leaves 6.
Now those 6 cut that in half, and they just don't want to have kids.
Yeah.
Now those 3, that one guy is gonna have the pick of the other chicks, and the other 2 are just gonna be there. So now that one guy has gonna be able to remultiply, and all the other ones.
Yeah.
Now that one guy's kids can't multiply with nobody else because there's nobody else.
There's no one else that's
extinction, and then Earth rejuvenates and evolution starts all over. I don't know how that shit works.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
I don't know. I'm gonna be long dead, so
I'll be long dead. I don't know.
I don't know if it's gonna happen, but sounds crazy. Who knows what is gonna happen? But it's funny because Elon Musk is he knows about it too. He mentioned something about it in the video, I think. So it was pretty cool. So no bueno, man.
Do you like what he's doing as far as like exploring space and all that stuff? Or do you feel like why are we exploring more of the outside of our planet instead of exploring more of our planet?
Oh, excuse me.
It's like there's depths of the ocean we can't explore, but we're trying to go to as close to the sun as we can before evaporating and dying.
Well,
we'll go thousands of miles away from here, but not 1,000 miles within our own surface and our own planet.
Who says they haven't explored our ocean? Just because they haven't thrown it out, and
they haven't documented it and released it to the public. Yeah,
at a point they have, because they do have that one submarine that goes to the deepest point of the ocean. So they say.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, because their actual technology is way advanced than what they show us.
Yeah, and that's as far as what a human can go down there inside of and see. There's equipment that don't require human life to be inside of to be able to operate. And
who knows
deeper.
What kind of drones they use?
The air pressure is way much more different.
Yes, who knows? And just to jump into my crazy thoughts, believing in aliens, and they do are, and they powers that be already know what's going on with space, and they know aliens and shit. What makes me think that they don't, just because. So what's his face? Bob Lazar, the guy that created that fucking jet car, which is amazing. So he says that they already have spaceships. So a spaceship travels through space, water, probably Earth, probably not Earth, but just flies through water and without slowing down. So they could just cruise on a spaceship down there and see it.
They could.
And then there's that other conspiracy that there's a fucking base under there.
Yeah, that there's an underwater base.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like I think if they could basically travel further into the ocean, then there would be like more questions answered as far as like what other life form is out there and stuff like that, like in our own ocean. Like we just found, well, not found, but they just let it be known to the world about the fish with the light on its head. And there's other fish down there that off of like shockwaves or vibrations and stuff will illuminate light and stuff. And there's a whole bunch of stuff to where it's so dark there is no forms of light but what the fish can produce off of rocks or each other or just other things and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's It's just always been like one of the curious things that I'm very curious about.
How I see is, I mean, why would they tell us? I mean, if they don't tell us the actual history as how it is, you know, the events that humans have done as they happen, because I'm, you know, stories are exaggerated or reduced to fit their narrative and control. So why would they tell us what they know?
I've just learned something for the first time in my 33 and a half year life, even though I shouldn't be telling people how young I am. I just learned that there was a Rosa Parks before Rosa Parks. There was a black lady who was forced to sit on the back of the bus, you know, a darker skinned black lady. Why her story wasn't told before Rosa Parks beats me, but I can clearly see how they try to whiten it up for corporate America if they're going to tell the story. And it's kind of crazy when you find these things out, like that's like a part of history. Like we've had black presidents before Barack Obama. You know, shit, there's a black man on the back of the $2 bill. You know, there's a whole bunch of different things. It's like, why can't black be just seen as what it really is, which is beautiful and brilliant, instead of bad and toxic? It's just so crazy how like we created so many inventions that sustains life, but yet we're treated like our lives don't matter. So it's so crazy. Like I don't even think like the month is like even worth giving time to. I feel like we need to give time to every day of the year, not just to the shortest fucking month of the year when it comes to black history and black excellence. And just you know, I don't know. There's just so much that comes to the mind when I think about all when you say the knowledge and history that they keep away from us and stuff, or just how they like just try to downplay a lot of different races. Look at it right now. A lot of Asians are being looked down on for COVID. You know, anytime that I see them trying to, I guess, anytime the word that I'm really trying to say is not expose, but acknowledge, you know, the gay community and stuff like that, it's always a person of color. Like, most of the commercials that I see is always a person of color, which psychologically, I'm not saying that could tear down cultures, but I can see how it can make their mindset start to mature in that way at an earlier age on those type of topics and things. You know, I feel like
I feel it too. I know what you mean, and
yeah.
I feel it's true because I mean, hey, they do it for everything, you know. It's so why.
Like I'm gonna have an episode with my little brother discussing a lot of these things and stuff like that.
Why not do it, you know? And especially because they don't want to let you have power. So, what's the best way to take away the power? Emasculating you, you know. So, and the worst thing is that you can't have the part unless you wear the dress, like Dave Chappelle to say. You know, how is it that every strong black actors has to wear a dress once in their career? Why? Why indeed? Why true. Indeed? You know, but hey, it's not much of a question when you say yourself, you know, because you're going into a white business. You know, white men ain't gonna let you off that easy. You know, you ain't gonna.
He's not gonna play fair.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so
if anything, it's always a form of humiliation that comes behind it.
You know,
and something to make him feel.
You know, like you gotta be. Who was it? Malcolm X. You gotta get your own. You know, segregation is good sometimes. You know, because it gives you power of your own power.
Yeah. Segregating together.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
But
when people stop thinking of looking better than the next person or having more than the next person, then we can come together as people. But because of the way society and social media and all these other things and different, media outlets, project these type of things of, feeling adequate if you have a certain, certain pair of shoes or a certain car or just materialistic bullshit instead of, like building more social skills with people, you know. The word stranger shouldn't exist because you should be able to say hello to anybody. You should be able to get acquainted with anybody. You shouldn't be selectively social when you pick and choose who you want to, talk to or who you want to be cool with. I get it. Everybody, some people are introverts and things of that nature. But I don't see anyone being antisocial. I see everyone being selectively social. You pick and choose who you want to be social with, socialize with. So, mm this
I
is
don't know, cause man, sometimes I feel like, oh shit, I ain't got time for nothing. I just wanna go home.
at
You
that
know,
moment,
all the time.
all the time. So you don't have a minute or 2 minute conversation with a coworker that has nothing to do with work.
See, that's different though.
That's
I
a
know
part
the
of
coworker.
socializing.
But I know the coworker. You know, it's not some random guy walking down the street. But I mean,
Singing,
then again,
do I did
exactly.
dum
It's funny because
diddy
I was gonna
dee.
do that too. But you know, it's. I mean, I'm the type of person that says hi to the person coming in down the block. But
You're a
I
pretty
mean,
social guy.
not really, because I just say hi. I don't want you to say hi back. I mean, say
So
hi.
if
I don't want. I don't
that's
want you.
weird.
I don't want you to stop and talk to me. I want you to just say hi and keep moving too.
Okay,
Like,
because I was about to correct that. I was like, so you want to speak to someone and them not to speak back. Well, that's fucking rude. If I speak,
no. I just.
I say speak to those who speak to you. Like, like that's a rule that I was taught at a young age. Like, speak to those who speak to you. If no one speaks to you, then that makes sense. But like, if someone says good morning, it's just proper, etiquette or in politeness to just good morning. You don't have to get in conversation or anything, but amid some sort of socialness
People are
with
in
a
their
human
head,
being.
man. People are lost in their head.
They're lost in the sauce.
No.
Hopefully it's hot sauce so it burns on the way out. But they're lost in the sauce.
Thinking in their own world. Whatever. I mean, it's cool. I don't try. I try not to worry about nothing. I mean, whatever. Look, man. A lot of people think that they're gonna. A lot of people feel they have to be the main character in other people's lives.
And be the main in their own.
No, be their own in their lives. Like, no, don't work like that. Everybody's the main character in their own lives.
Yeah, but some people fail to realize that,
yeah.
And they make themselves secondary and everything. And I guess I can kind of speak a little bit on that because I am a you before me type of person.
Yeah,
like
dumb,
your comfortability comes before mine,
which is dumb. Because
I can always find my comfort zone.
Can you? Can't find how comfortable are you when you ain't yourself?
Touche.
And here's the thing. I told you, how can you make somebody else comfortable when you're not comfortable? How can you define comfortable? You have a terrible definition of comfort. How can you make it comfortable for them when you don't know what's comfortable for you?
I guess to go along that, I guess it's like back to what I was saying. I can kind of just find my way and find my comfortability.
Okay, so you say you find your comfort. So now you are stepping on eggshells. You think the other person can't feel that?
No, I don't step on eggshells. Not necessarily stepping on eggshells. I'm more so just comfortable in my own zone, to where I'm trying to get you to be more comfortable, to where it just lightens or just makes everything a little bit more easier. It's like you walk into a room, right? You cool, you comfortable, you feel the tension. Do you break the tension with the hello, hey, how you guys doing? Or do you allow it to be weird to where you just feel the weird vibes? I will walk into a room, regardless on what the reciprocation will be. Hey, how you doing? Cool, I'm good. But just saying, hey, how you doing, establishes somebody to be comfortable enough to say, oh, I'm good, yourself? And if they don't, I'm okay because I'm already comfortable enough with you not saying anything. But it does help the comfortability if you do say something, if that makes sense.
No, not at all.
Because it's like you said, like you can say hello to a stranger. What if that stranger starts having a conversation with you?
I don't stop. You know, because it's happened that we're walking and morning, and they say good morning, and they like switch their bodies so they could face me, and like they're gonna start coming. You just walk in, and they're like, oh, okay, never mind. And you're like, yeah, exactly. Keep moving. Ain't no time for that. Yeah, but yeah,
I guess that kind of.
See, I don't think you should put somebody else before you, in the sense that. See, because how I see it, how you're trying to help, but you can't help somebody from under them. Because you're both struggling to reach. You're pushing up, and he's reaching up. So you're at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be simpler to be pulling the motherfucker up.
Getting to the top. Pulling them up.
See, because how I see you telling, hey, look, I got a way out. We just go this way. And the person's telling you, no, we got to leave this way because it'll be shorter. And you're right there, okay. Instead of, you know what, I'm going to fuck you, then I'm going to go this way and I'll just help you up from that way.
I'll meet you at the top whenever you get there.
Or go around there and just, here, man, I'll help you out real quick. On my way to the farther up because I don't got time for you to slow me down.
Yeah.
Type of deal. Because there's goals to reach, man.
It's funny.
You know?
I saw, I call those type of individuals speed bumps. Speaking of a specific speed bump, you and I know this speed bump. I saw the speed bump that we started off with this with.
I say all the time, I don't trip, man.
And I don't trip at all. I just find it like we gotten over that speed bumps. All four tires. You're so far in the rear view, like you're not in the vision. But it's just like I said, it's just a speed bump. More than anything. But I just find it ironic how like it does not bother me knowing that speed bump is there in the road. I've been through it, so I know how to get through it again. And I know how to avoid it too. You know, when people turn like in the grocery store parking lot, they turn around the speed bump.
Around the speed bump, yeah.
Yep. Avoid fucking up your suspension sometimes, you know?
Exacto mundo. Yeah, man. That's all I got today. Actually, I've been watching a lot of Bill Burr.
Bill Burr?
Oh, Bill Burr's awful. Nice. It's hilarious. Been watching his Monday morning podcast or something like that. Can't remember what it's called. But yeah, that fool's...
I've been watching, what's his name? Godfrey. He's a comedian. Very funny. But just been watching his commentaries on just different things. He used to have a radio show. And you know how there's Affleck?
Mm-hmm.
He used to do Black Facts. Black Facts. And he would do a Black Fact every day. And that was actually like what made me kind of look into a few things. And that's the individual who I learned from about the story as far as Rosa Parks not being the first Rosa Parks. You know, there was another, you know, darker skinned woman who was forced to the back of the bus too. Her story just didn't come up because I guess corporate America just wanted to be a little bit more, you know, political with a fair skinned individual. Still a black woman, but just more fair skinned for corporate America, which is bullshit. But it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. And the thing that it really propelled me to do is just learn more stuff that I don't know. Learn more history that I'm unaware of. And then pass the knowledge on to somebody else. It's no point of learning something if you don't, you know, teach it to someone else. Or, you know, express it or share it. I don't know about you, but a lot when I was a little kid, the little popsicles that came with 2 sticks, I was always sharing those. Because they would come around the mountain when they got theirs, they'll share it with me.
I never shared.
No? Sharing was not a caring part for you.
Sharing was not a caring part for me. In my house, well, if you save it for later, you're screwed. That shit gone.
That shit gone.
Not telling you from experience. I save so much. I would save like a burger or whatever. I'm saving this for later. Come back. That shit is gone. Man, what the fuck is my burger?
We're not talking candy. We talking full-on food.
Yeah. I don't care. Well, I'm going to head out.
For sure.
I wanted that.